What is going on, YouTube? This is the Live Sports Talk, the sports show of the future. And this is the first ever Sunday Score Report, which is the show where I recap the NFL games of the weekend. And obviously, this is week one. So you had the game Wednesday night. You had Dallas beating the Giants 24-17. I voiced my opinion about that on Twitter a good bit, so you can check that out there. I'm going to skip that game. I'm going to go straight to Chicago at Indianapolis. This game, Chicago won 41-21, which I predicted. I screwed up my prediction with the Dallas game, so after this game, I'm 1-1. It was kind of what I expected, except for the fact that Cutler looked really good throwing to guys like Alshon Jeffrey and Brandon Marshall. That looks really a potent offense now. It looks like it can really do some damage because now you don't. Not only do you have that running game in Matt Forte, but you have good receivers that Cutler can pass to. So the next game is Philly at Cleveland, and I had Philly in this game. And throughout the game, I thought they were going to lose because they were really messing up. Mike Vick had 4 interceptions, but they were lucky because Brandon Weeden also had 4 interceptions, and Philly came back and won 17-16 at Cleveland. When I picked Philly, I expected this to be more of a blowout, but since it's not, I still take the win 2-1 after that game. Then you have Detroit at St. Louis. I picked this game in my suicide poll, and, I picked Detroit here. I did. I thought this was going to be an easy win, easy, big blowout, but Stafford, like Mike Vick, like Brandon Weeden, played poorly, had 3 interceptions, and this was a close game that came down to the end with Kevin Smith catching a touchdown pass to win. Surprise there. Very surprised. But get the win, 3-1. Then you go Miami at Houston. I had Houston here. Houston, really through the first quarter and most of the second quarter was really slow. I think they were tied 3-3 with Miami, and then they came alive at the end of the second quarter and the whole second half and ended up winning 30-10. So that was a great performance, especially by Schaub to Johnson, and Foster played well as well. So then you have Atlanta at Kansas City. I picked this game in Streak for Cash. I went with Atlanta, and this was a high-scoring game, sort of. Atlanta won 40-24, and I got that win. So we were at 5-1 right now. Then I had Minnesota and Jacksonville. I picked Minnesota here, and this was actually one of the best games this weekend. The game went into overtime thanks to a Blair Walsh, who's the Vikings rookie kicker. He had a 56-yard field goal to send it in overtime, and then hit a field goal in overtime, which eventually became the game winner. So Minnesota could win 26-23. So now I'm 6-1 here. Then you go to Washington at New Orleans. I had New Orleans expecting them to blow out Washington. Wow, was I wrong. RG3 put up a fantastic performance, one of the best I've ever seen a rookie quarterback put up, and he just looked phenomenal out there, and Washington won 40-32, which was just blew my mind. So we're down to 6-2. Then you had the Buffalo Bills at New York. I had Buffalo because I thought the Jets weren't going to be able to put up points, and was I wrong there? Mark Sanchez had a great game, and the Jets put up 48 points, beating Buffalo 48-28, and Buffalo actually suffered a key injury in this game. Fred Jackson, their starting running back, is injured, and I don't know the severity of that yet. But it is a knee injury. Then you have New England at Tennessee. I had New England here. New England came in and took care of business, winning 34-13. Not too much to say about that game. Then you had Seattle at Arizona. I had Seattle here in sort of a toss-up. I really like Russell Wilson, but Arizona found a way to win 20-16. Skelton looked better than I thought he would, but I thought he was going to struggle. But because the the Seattle defense is not a bad defense, but Skelton had his way with them, and they got the win. Then you had San Francisco at Green Bay. This was my upset pick. I picked San Francisco to win this game, and I was right. San Francisco won 30 to 22, and they just look good. Randy Moss got a touchdown. Green Bay came alive more at the end, but it was too little, too late. Then you had Carolina at Tampa Bay. I picked Carolina when we did this, but then I actually ended up putting money on Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay won 16 to 10. Freeman looked better than he did last year. He looked actually pretty good. It was a sophomore slump type deal last year. I think he's coming out of it. And, Cam Newton had an okay game. He had a touchdown, but he also had an interception. And Doug Martin looked solid. He had over 100 yards total, I think, or close to. He had 85 rushing. I don't remember how many receiving he had. Then you had the Sunday night game, Pittsburgh at Denver. There were a lot of question marks about Peyton Manning in this game. I picked Pittsburgh because I thought their defense would be able to hold up. Pittsburgh was down, 5-6, something like that, with 3 minutes left. They looked like they were going to make a drive down the field. They had the possibility to win the game. Big Ben throws a pick six, and that's it. So Pittsburgh loses 31-19. Then you have the two Monday night games. Cincinnati at Baltimore. I picked Baltimore, and Baltimore really blew them out. Anquan Bolden had a touchdown. He's one of the guys I really like to do well. I think he's going to do well this year. Joe Flacco played phenomenally, and Baltimore won 44-13. And finally, you have San Diego at Oakland. I picked San Diego, even though they have a lot of injuries, and San Diego did end up winning that game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had not the best week. I was 10-6 picking. Wasn't too bad though. Let me recount. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5, 6. All right, nice. 10-6, but I'll try to do better next time. If you want to check out the picks and the reasons why I picked them, there's another video. Check out the channel. Check Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at LiveSportsTalk. Check the 4 links in the description to get the full Live Sports Talk experience. And just leave your comment on what you think was the best and worst game, most exciting, anything you thought about this weekend. So thanks for watching, and as always, I'll talk to you guys next time. See ya.